The Lead Spring Recursive Keyword Research Process. I'm going to be going over the exact process I use for keyword research that is going to enable you to comprehensively sweep up all the keywords for your niche. And I'm not just talking about the main keywords, but even the long tails and also the ones that are further back in the sales cycle, not just the buyer intent keywords, because remember, the name of the game is about traffic and sweeping up all the possible traffic we can possibly get to fuel the links, to fuel the social signals, to get our whole ranking engine going. And on top of that, the more traffic, the more visitors, the more potential customers. Now, we use a recursive process to look at all of our competitors and all of our subtopics in our niche and pull out all the keywords that everyone is ranking for and combine them into a master list. And we do this over and over for multiple competitors and keyword combinations until every keyword is uncovered. What you'll need, number one, and this is optional, you'll need either a tool called SEMrush or a tool called Ahrefs. In my demo, I'm going to be using SEMrush's organic research tool for the demo, but you can also use Ahrefs. It does the same thing virtually. I use both of them interchangeably. I understand if you're on a budget, you'll probably be interested in one of them. In this case, I would go for Ahrefs because it does superior backlink checking in addition to SEMrush. I'm just using SEMrush for this demo because I'm more used to it, and that's what I've been using up until now on a daily basis. But anyways, let me get into a quick demo on how this would actually work. So how it works is like this. Basically, the idea behind it is we use a couple different tools to see what people are already ranking for in the niche. So, for example, if I search for vitamin C serum reviews, we see the #1 ranker here, myawesomebeauty.com/best vitamin C serum. By plugging this URL right here into SEMrush, this is how SEMrush looks. We can insert this URL here, run a search, and then we go over and click on organic research. I don't know an easier way to do this, but now we got to click on URL again. So I want to reverse engineer this entire URL, not the entire domain. So you see here, it's reverse engineering this URL, and I can see every single keyword that it's ranking for. So here's a keyword, best vitamin C serum. All these guys are potential keywords that we can rank for. All of these keywords. And there's 19 pages of these. Not only that, but there is more resources than this one to reverse engineer. Typically what I do is I'll take the top ranker, the second one, the third one, the fourth and the fifth one. I'll dump out all of these keywords by clicking this export button and making sure it's on Excel, click save, and then I'll get a list. I'll combine all these things together and make a master list, remove duplicates, and then I have a very, very big list of keywords that I can start adding together for my site. And there's a little bit more to this process. There's different ways we can branch off and find different related topics and such, but this is the basic idea. We'll go through this more shortly. For Ahrefs, the process is very simple. You basically take your URL, type it in here, and then you would click on organic keywords. Here's a huge list of keywords that this URL is ranking for. There's going to be a lot of overlap with the SEMrush tool. They basically do the same thing. And then we would just export this out, and then we have all the keywords that this URL ranks for. So now that you know how to download a list of keywords that a particular site is ranking for, let me show you how to integrate this into the entire process. So for this example, I'll just be using a niche like best juicers, for example. And so we have our main keyword. We'll look at the top ranker in the niche, and we'll plug them into SEMrush or Ahrefs, and we'll reverse engineer, and we'll get the keywords that the #1 ranker is ranking for. And typically we'll end up with like 1,000 keywords, sometimes even more, maybe in the hundreds if it's a really small niche, but you get the idea. You get a certain amount of keywords. After that, you're going to do it 4 more times. So you're going to run it on the people ranked number 2, 3, 4, and 5. And once you combine all those keywords together, you're going to end up with tens of thousands of keywords for this particular search already for best juicers. But in the process, once you start to look through the list of keywords that you were able to mine out of doing this search, you'll also notice that there's subtopics that are coming up that aren't necessarily related to the main keyword best juicers, but they're derivations. They're a category level deeper than the main topic. So for the best juicer niche, we might find that we find the best masticating juicers or the best centrifugal juicers. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Or the best heavy-duty juicers. Okay, so then we end up with something like this. Now we have 4 pages on our site. We have our main keyword with tens of thousands of searches, and then we have masticating juicer, best masticating juicers, best centrifugal, yes, nailed it, and best heavy-duty juicer. Now, we'll do the same process, but we'll do it on the masticating juicer page. So we'll see who's ranking for best masticating juicers, take the top 5 guys on this, and then come up with a bunch of keywords. Now, in this process, when we're reverse engineering masticating, again, we might find that we find more subtopics. So like Omega is a type of masticating juicer, Tribest, Champion, these are all different brands of masticating juicers. So we've now found more pages that we can rank for. In addition, when reverse engineering masticating, maybe we'll find out that we found some keywords related to centrifugal or heavy duty that belong in here, so we'll clean up and we'll find even more keywords that belong in the other categories. So it gets quite intense. And what ends up happening is as you do more keyword research over and over and you're reverse engineering your subtopics and you're adding those together, just more and more you're going to be finding more different subpages. And in addition to that, every time you look at a new subpage, you're going to find a keyword that was missed in a reverse engineering round that you did before. It's a very, very recursive process, and I won't sugarcoat this. This takes about an afternoon at least to do properly and get all the keywords out, but you get the idea. We're branching off each search and finding more keywords, adding to existing topics, finding more topics, finding more sites to reverse engineer, and just building our keyword list that way. In addition, once we're done with this, we brainstorm and we think, okay, what's related to juicers that I didn't catch? Like I got masticating juicers, all the different brands, stuff like that. What if I just think how to repair a juicer? Okay, now we have some more brainstorm topics to think about, and then we can do keyword research on those, and in turn those are going to yield more keywords for the pages themselves, but also they're going to find how to fix a masticating juicer. Then you push that over to the masticating page. You get the idea. You just run this over and over again, and I know it seems complicated, but it's actually not that bad. What we're going to do for you is actually give you a demo on it after this, but the end result is you will find thousands and thousands of keywords for each niche. You're going to pick up all the long tail variations and all the topics and all the different parts of the sales cycle by doing this. You're not going to miss anything. And like I mentioned before, don't worry, I know it sounds complicated. You're going to get a full demo on the niche that we're using for this training coming up next.